Cast off the shackles of your slumber. The galaxy shall be ours again.
Hello everyone, this is your host Legend, and welcome back to my channel. This is the continuation of my Zero to Hero series, a series in which I started with nothing, and by the end, I will have built up one of the guild raid meta teams to Diamond 3 in Warhammer 40k Tacticus. At the end of my last video, a little over 2 months ago, the Scarab Occult Terminator Toth had just been defeated, and I gave an overview on my approach to character progression. This video picks up where we left off with the Eldar, and we will cover the basics about missions and finish off by talking about Arena, one of the alternate game mode options Tacticus has to offer. Since it has been a while, I will give a reminder about the Siam-Hann campaign. We joined the Eldar in their fight to change fate, as they go up against the Thousand Suns, with no backup at all. This campaign illustrates a need for battlefield awareness, understanding unit synergy, and understanding your enemies. Siam-Hann treats battlefield awareness in a very different way to Fall Acadia. It teaches this by giving forced choke points, ample amounts of high ground options in many of the battles, and really shows off how positioning on the battlefield matters. Learning how to control choke points, fight with and against high ground, and how to understand how enemy traits benefit them will help when it comes to alternate game modes such as Guild Wars, Arena, Survival. The Eldar love to play off each other and their strengths. Eldron and Athena have powerful passives that give valuable buffs to damage dealt and increased crit chances. This synergy between units allows them to more effectively control the battlefield and take out key strategic targets. These key strategic targets will be enemies that are powerful, or in the case of Siam-Hann, those that trigger the Weavers of Fate trait, of which will buff all units to do their max damage if it is triggered. By understanding our enemies and their strengths, we understand that the best thing to do in this campaign is to stick close while minimizing collateral damage. If you cluster units too much, pink horrors will trigger Weavers of Fate, causing your units more harm than is necessary. Splitting up too far and you will get no benefit from Doom and Path of Command. If you use all these elements together by maintaining good awareness, use of your strengths, and not allowing enemies to use their resources to any level of effect, battles 16 through 29 clear without issue. I know I'm being a little vague here on these topics such as battlefield awareness and whatnot, but I have plans to go over this in detail in a Let's Talk video so that all my thoughts on game mechanics and game resources are in one spot instead of sprinkled through a bunch of videos. With that out of the way, let's get into Battle 30. Battle 30 sees us facing Infernal Master Abraxas and ample amounts of auxiliary units. Abraxas is a ranged unit with a potent summoning kit. His active ability is called Malefic Maelstrom. It allows him to summon a pink horror and an empty hex adjacent to him that immediately attacks an enemy within range 2. Whenever an enemy is dealt psychic damage until the end of his turn, Abraxas will summon a Screamer of Tzeentch and a free hex that will immediately attack as well. This summoning prioritizes hexes that will hit an enemy. Note that any summoned unit cannot move this turn, only attack. And Screamers are melee units, so when summoned, they must be adjacent to an enemy to attack. His passive ability is a support passive called Infernal Pax. Any friendly Chaos unit adjacent to Abraxas will deal 1 additional hit of 17 to 34 points of psychic damage with normal ranged attacks. Affected units with the Demon trait will get this bonus hit with normal melee attacks as well. Abraxas is a scary threat, especially when playing this battle at a rather equal level. If given the chance, he can easily wipe half your team and leave you flailing against his powerful summons. The best move is to spread out and try to pick him off only when you have a good opening to do so. Either you jump him with all your forces when the time is right, or clear out some units and chip at him with damage until there is a clear opening to jump him. Be mindful of positioning, that would allow his active to do the most damage possible. In my battle against him, I make the mistake of giving him a perfect opening. Fortunately, Abraxas doesn't capitalize on my mistake and I end up winning the battle. After completing Battle 30 in Part 2 of the Siam-Hann campaign, we are given the mission to use Eldari abilities 50 times and achieve 15 lightning victories. This happens at the end of all campaign parts, and I'm only going over it now? What is wrong with me? Anyways, missions are in-game tasks that, when completed, will give a set of listed rewards ranging from coins to character shards and requisition scrolls. We have two types of missions, normal and timed missions. Normal missions have no time limit and are typically tied to specific characters after you have unlocked them or if they have an active mythic mission. That second part doesn't really apply to us quite yet, that's a very late game thing, but I wanted to make sure it was mentioned. Timed missions, as you can probably infer, have a limited duration and are used primarily during limited time events, but also are used as campaign checkpoints. Both of these will grant you mission XP that is used to get mission XP crates. These crates award coins, blackstone, useful components, books, badges, orbs, and a requisition scroll, and some Harlequin War Claimer shards. As you go up in mission level, the amount of XP required will increase. Speaking of things I am surprised I didn't cover sooner, we have Arena, Tacticus' offline PvP mode, where you bring a lineup of your choice and face off against another player's lineup. Note that your offline lineup is chosen by whatever team you last used in an arena battle. To win, you simply must completely wipe out the enemy before you are completely wiped out yourself. Outside of the reward crates you collect based on the total victories you have and the end of season chest that depends on how well you played, Arena has much to offer. It allows you to test different and unique lineups, if that is your thing, and is overall a decent playground to find out what units you like and how they work. I already mentioned that it gives you plenty of rewards for your time, but to me Arena is most useful for familiarizing yourself with the entirety of the Tacticus roster. Let this sink in. There are over 100 plus units that you can control in Tacticus, all with different abilities and use cases. Arena can help you to understand not just how to play them, but how to go against them. It definitely isn't perfect, but is one of the best options in the game as of now. On top of that, Arena helps to combine your understanding of your characters and game mechanics in a way you can't really get from campaigns. If you use it as a learning opportunity, it will prove most useful. And finally, I have a couple 10 pulls that I did during this recording session. Note that the second one uses 600 Blackstone to buy an additional 2 scrolls. This is a terrible idea. Generally, you want to save your Blackstone for energy, but I really just wanted 2 10 pulls for this video because it's been a while. So let's go gambling. What will we get from these pulls? Anything good? Who knows? That's about all I got for this installment. It is a bit refreshing coming back to this and really trying to understand how the game feels for those just beginning. This game can be quite overwhelming, and it is something you easily forget when you are at the top of the game. With patience, time, and the right community around you, the game does get a bit easier though. I will have links in the description to the Pants of Horse and official Tacticus Discord servers, since I find them to be some of the best spots to find people who are more than willing to give you a bit of guidance when you need it most. With that, this is your host Legend, signing off.